What's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sarah Sutton, and I don't usually look like this. I'm a young adult romance author of now 5 books. Two Kinds of Us debuted June 9th. At least I think this is coming after the two, or is this coming before Two Kinds of Us debuts? Two Kinds of Us debuts June 9th. The links are down below if you want to get your copy. Welcome back to my channel. So I don't normally look like this. You are correct. You were probably thinking, Sarah, you look different. Today, I'm channeling my inner Stella for another fun video where we're talking all about Two Kinds of Us. I've talked a little bit about this book in past videos, especially when I did my Stella makeover. But I'm going to go back through it again today and talk a bit more about it and be a little bit more in depth to give you guys an idea of what you're going to get when you pick up this book. In honor of release week, I'm posting a YouTube video every single week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Fun content is coming at you. Vlogs, release day vlogs, fun things. Actually, you know what? Today might be release day when I'm filming. This is the release day video. Can you tell that I haven't really properly planned it out and it's literally June 2nd, a week before release day? I think this is going to be the release day video. So happy release day! Happy release day! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that this book is out in the world and that you guys can read it. To those of you who have pre-ordered your copy, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you haven't pre-ordered it and you haven't purchased it yet, if you want to go to Amazon and buy your copy, or Barnes & Noble or Apple or Kobo or whatever your books are that you read them off of, yeah, this book is out in the world and it would love some eyes to look it over. I look crazy, but I think it's a good kind of crazy. I'm going back and forth constantly between yes bangs, no bangs. I don't know what I think about the bangs. I think I like them, but I also think it makes me look like a very much so a different person. Do I look like the same normal Sarah that we know and love, or do I look like a different person? I feel like I look like a different person. I guess we're just gonna dive into this book, talk a little bit more about it, and yeah. So if you guys like this kind of content, and if you want to give me a like for release week, it would really make my day. Release day! And don't forget to subscribe because we're posting tons of videos in June and tons of live streams. I'm so excited to get back to the live stream schedule. As of right now, it's June 2nd, so I haven't really jumped back on the live stream schedule yet. But if you want to check out when the next live stream is, when the next writing sprints are, my community tab always has the next stream. We have lots of fun guests this month too, so I'm really excited. So Two Kinds of Us follows Harry and Destelle on their journey. Well, technically it follows just Destelle. Harry doesn't get his own point of view. But it follows Destelle on her journey of trying to find her true self and what that means to her and trying to get the boy. I'm going to read the back cover blurb to you guys. Some things never stay secret for long. In a life of diamond bracelets and country clubs, I'm the perfect daughter. I get all the right grades, accepted into all the right colleges, volunteer at all the right organizations, and I hate every second of it. I hate the parties and the heels and the fake smiles. I hate the stuffy politicians and the stuck-up housewives. At the rate my life is playing out under the strict rule of my parents, politicians and housewives will be my future. Until I meet Harry. Harry is a singer in a rock band with a voice so drop-dead sexy that I actually feel hypnotized. Doesn't hurt that he's hot either, and with the kind, flirty personality to match, it's the perfect trifecta. Even better, he sees the me I want to be. The me who can break free of the life I'm trapped in, the me who can control my own future. The only problem? He knows me as Stella, my fun, carefree alter ego, so drastically different from Destelle, the one who is trapped in the life my parents rule for me. Even worse, Harry's keeping a secret of his own, something related to his dark past that he's trying to move on from, and when I find out, everything we've built could come crashing down. So the board might be a little bit tweaked because this is actually not my current, most current proof copy, so the back cover might not be correct, but yes, I'm so excited, you guys. I'm excited to have you guys read this book, and I cannot wait to hear what your thoughts are. So we have Destelle and we have Harry. Harry is a lead singer in a band called Untapped Potential. Destelle is the daughter of a judge and a lawyer, so she feels like she's trapped, and her parents can just really control her because they know how to do that. They take their tips and tricks in the courtroom and kind of use them at home sometimes, so she feels really trapped in this life. She goes to country clubs, and her mom plans out her volunteer schedule for her, and she just feels like her whole life is dictated by her parents. She has no say in any of it. So that's where we meet Destelle, and that's where Stella comes into play. Destelle creates Stella to have her own semblance of freedom, her own control over her life. Stella is her alter ego, so Stella is a wig with different clothes. And her parents and her family don't know, so she keeps it a secret. But when she meets Harry as Stella, and so she's afraid to come clean about the fact that she is living two lives, you know, technically according to him. She's afraid of what he's gonna say. That's her secret. And Harry has a secret of his own, and it's about his dark past. He's trying to move on from it, but it just keeps coming back to get him. I love everything about this book. I cannot wait for you guys to read it. I dedicated this book to my readers. I put "You're all massive rock stars" because I thought it was cute, because rock star is like a band, like Harry's in a band, you know. I thought that was sweet. And I wanted to also talk about the playlist that I curated for this book. So I made a playlist because I thought it would be super fun and super fitting for this book, because it is the kind of musical book. I did the same thing for Can't Catch My Breath. Jeez, where did my playlist go? I did the same thing for Can't Catch My Breath, and I loved it so much. And these are songs that kind of fit the vibe of the book, kind of actually really work for the book totally. I have it on my phone, so I'm going to read them off to you. One that is not on here is actually a newer song. It's by, what is her name? Olivia Rodrigo. What's that song? Favorite Crime, I think is what it's called. Yeah. That song kind of fits the vibe. So the lyrics to it are kind of fun, a little bit fitting. And I think the beat of it really makes me think of this book too. But going into the playlist I already have curated, we have Daphne Blue by the band Camino. And I think this was on my Can't Catch My Breath playlist as well, but mostly because when I listen to this song, that's kind of the sound I picture Untapped Potential having. I wish I could play like a little clip for you, but I'll leave a video for it down below. That's kind of just like the overall vibe and the sound of how I imagined Untapped Potential. And this book really made me think, this song really made me think of this book. And for number 2, we have Robbers by the 1975. Not gonna say why. Number 3, we have Who's That Boy by Demi Lovato. That's an older song. I used to be obsessed with it when I was a kid. When I was like in middle school, I think it was middle school. It's really fitting because it's Demi Lovato sings about how they see a boy at the club and they're like, ooh, who's that boy? You know what I mean? So I feel like I really like that, and it kind of fits with the whole Destelle, you know, Stella Harry kind of vibe. Number 4, we have Beautiful People by Ed Sheeran, and the kind of consensus of that song is that he doesn't want to be beautiful people. What's the lyric? Drop top designer clothes, front row at fashion shows. Kind of like he doesn't want that lifestyle, I'm pretty sure. So that's a really fun song too, and I love Ed Sheeran. As I Am by Justin Bieber. Very fitting. Point of View by Ariana Grande. That is a fantastic song for this book. That song, if you ever want to like look up a chapter that really, I think, fits that chapter. Hang on, I gotta look. 17. Point of View by Ariana Grande. Number 17 makes chapter 17. I think is a really good chapter for that song. I should have done that. I should have gone through every single chapter and picked a song for that. Maybe we'll have to do that. The next song is Into You by Ariana Grande. Very fitting as well. I know there's 2 songs by Ariana Grande on here. I didn't really want that to happen, but it just happened because they're both so perfect. The next one is Domino by Jessie J. So this song, this song actually reminds me of chapter 3. I think it is. Chapter 3, actually. No, 4? No, sorry. What chapter is that? Yes, chapter 3. So, if you want to know why Domino by Jessie J is on this list, go read chapter 3. Or when you are reading chapter 3, think of that song. Okay, this one's funny. This one's really funny. I think some people will laugh. I'm laughing at myself, to be honest. Number 9 is Time of Our Life by Big Time Rush. I do have Big Time Rush on my playlist because I used to love Big Time Rush, the songs. I didn't really watch the show. But Time of Our Life really fits this book. I think the overall book. And then the last song on our playlist is The Way I Am by Charlie Puth. I think that is obviously, can be a clear, like, you know, that's just the way I am. He's kind of saying, this is me, deal with it. And that's kind of the whole mindset Destelle wants to have about her whole life, you know, but she's just kind of nervous to embrace Stella and show Stella her Stella side of the world, afraid her parents will be disappointed in her, afraid her parents will take Stella away. So I feel like that is a great, that's just the way I am. If I had to pick 5 songs that are really good for the book instead of 10, I would say Daphne Blue, Robbers, Who's That Boy, Beautiful People, and Point of View. So I definitely recommend you guys to go check out those songs. I'll leave those top 5 down below. So we have quite a few side characters in this book. So we have Margot, Jonathan, Natasha, Vincent, Addie, we have Destelle's little siblings, we have her parents. I also wanted to say, this book is technically a standalone. You do not have to read Can't Catch My Breath to bring over a plot thread. To me, standalone just kind of means this can be read without reading the book 1, you know, obviously. That means there's no plot thread in book 1 that you need to read in order to read this book. So there's no plot thread in Can't Catch My Breath that you have to know in order to understand what is going on here. However, I will say, if you read Can't Catch My Breath, you'll pick up on the more fun things like Addie and Vincent interacting with Destelle. That would be more fun, I believe. But you don't have to read them in order to understand what is going on in the book. That's my take on it. That's how I intended to write it, and that's how I believe I wrote it. But yeah, Addie and Vincent are in this book, so if you enjoyed Can't Catch Your Breath, then I think you'll really, really, really enjoy this one. And especially if you enjoyed Harry in Can't Catch Your Breath, because I think he only had one scene other than this time as he's on stage singing. And I think his personality in that scene really, really shined. It's kind of funny. There was a last minute insertion, is that a word? Insertion. To this book that really kind of changed his character. And it was in the beginning, I kind of made him more flirty. So in Can't Catch Your Breath, he's a little bit of a flirt with Addie. And I kind of made him more flirty in this book because at first he wasn't too flirty. But I'm like, hey, that doesn't really fit his character. So I tried to up his flirt factor, and I think it really did work. I think Harry is one of my favorite boys in my whole series. I mentioned this before in the Get Dressed With Me Like Stella video. I think he really is one of my favorites because he has just been through so much. And his personality hasn't been affected by it, you know. He's still a happy guy. He's still funny. He's still sweet. He's still flirty. And I feel like he's got a tough side about him, but he's also very sweet and heartfelt, and I love that. I love how supportive he is of Stella and Destelle. The book is different than what I've written in the past, but I really enjoyed this kind of outline, the plot structure of this book. I was kind of nervous writing it this way. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I was nervous about the plot structure of this book, but I really, really enjoy it. I really think it fits the story. And if we're gonna talk about the cover, love the pink. The pink is so me. So it was really fun to finally have a book that had pink in it. I swear. I love everything about this book. So much. So much. There isn't actually anything I would change, honestly. I feel like it is a good representation of the story. It's a great representation of the story. I'm very proud of it. Destelle has 2 siblings. She has a younger sister, Eleanor, and a younger brother, James, who go by Nellie and Jamie. Their names were different. Her Nellie's name used to be Elise, but Elise is literally 1 letter away from Eloise, and we have an Eloise in the series already, so I figured it was a better idea to axe that and change it. And then what was Jamie's name? It was something different. Stephen? It was Stephen. Stephen. E-N, S-T-E, yes, I think that's how you spell it. Steven. I don't know, some people said it wasn't as fancy as Destelle, they didn't like it as much, and I could kind of see it, but he didn't really fit a Steven vibe for me, so I changed it and I turned it into James, and he goes by Jamie. I love that nickname for a guy. Jamie is just, especially for like a little boy, it's so cute. And so the twins, Nellie and Jamie, just fit perfectly together in my head, other than Elise and Stephen. They just don't really mix that well. But Nellie and Jamie, perfect. And Destelle is actually super mad because they get to go by nicknames, but she doesn't, because she has her grandmother's name, so she's not allowed to have a nickname, but the twins are. Not fair. And I think that's where Stella was born. It's been through a lot. Harry and Destelle have been through a lot, and a lot of things had to be reconfigured, refigured out, because as the story evolved, it was kind of hard to maintain the intensity and the importance of the plot twists that I have. I have one pretty big plot twist at the end. Some people figured it out, but some people didn't, so that's totally okay if you do figure it out. But I do have a kind of twist for a character towards the end, and it was really hard to maintain the seriousness while making sure it wasn't too serious. I think I'm just rambling because I just love this book so much. I cannot wait for you guys to read it. I do have signed copies still left available if you guys want to snag a signed copy. They'll be linked in my description box it's on my website, so yeah. So I'll also put up some of the character art that I had commissioned. I know I've already shown it. I know I've already shown it, but I wanted to show you guys again. So the first one I'm going to show is Stella and Destelle, the two kinds of personalities. There are one person technically, but this is kind of like how you can have a visualize of their two different sides, the two different personas. Destelle wears pink, she wears high-heeled boots, she wears jeans, like pretty jeans, you know. She's got curly brown hair and she's very prim and proper. And Destelle has a black wig, wears dark colored clothes, ripped stockings, ripped sweaters, those kinds of things. She's kind of like the more darker side of the spectrum of clothing and stuff. It was really fun to detail that out because honestly, I've always wanted a wig and to be able to like change momentarily into somebody new. I bought fake nose rings once upon a time. I bought fake tattoos, and I'd always like try to dress a little edgier sometimes, but then sometimes I'd want to dress really pretty. I've always been on that kind of like, ooh, I want to be edgy, ooh, I want to be pretty, you know what I mean? And so I kind of took some inspiration from that and morphed it into Destelle and Stella. It was very, very so fun. I just love her character, Destelle's character pieces. I think she's probably the most like me in that regard, that we both kind of like love dressing up as being somebody different, you know what I mean? But then like her family life isn't like mine at all. Yeah, so kind of, sort of. The next character art that we have is Harry and Stella. They are at Crushed Beans. They're sitting outside drinking some coffee, and the coffee cups are teal because Crushed Beans has teal coffee cups. And I love this so, so, so much. I think it turned out beautiful. And I'll link the stores that I commissioned this from, their Etsy stores. I'll link them down below as well. A lot of links in the description. Yes, check it out. But yeah, so I feel like getting character art done really does kind of envision the story a bit better, at least for me. And I'm really excited to share so you guys can see and just be with me and like being able to envision these characters a little bit, you know? I don't think the couple on the front matches them per se. Honestly, I don't choose my couples for that reason. I know that a lot of people do, but I kind of just pick the couple so it fits the overall vibe. So we have a cute couple with a guitar, pretty background, it's a pretty photo, you know what I mean? So I don't necessarily think they match them entirely. Harry has red hair. Destelle's hair, I imagine, more curly than this. But I do think it kind of fits the overall vibe and the theme. Do you know what I mean? So even though they're not exactly the couple that I would picture in my head, which is impossible to find the perfect couple in stock photos, I think they're a great fit for the book cover. They're very cute, very eye-catching. That's kind of important to me, more so than trying to find the perfect models, because I'd be searching forever and I would never find the right couple. Definitely head on over to Instagram today and help me celebrate the release of this book. I'm going to be posting a lot of fun goodies. Also guys, don't forget that I am having a release day live stream tonight. So come join me then for giveaways and fun things to do on the live stream. We're going to talk about the book. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching and celebrating this release with me. Two Kinds of Us debuts today, June 9th, 2021, my second book for 2021. And we have one more after this, so yes. And then after this book, we have 3 more in the Love in Fenton County series. So fun things are in store, fun things are ahead, and I can't wait to celebrate them all with you. Two Kinds of Us. Go check it out. Go check it out. Yes, I'll leave it all linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Sarah Sutton. I'm an indie author of 5 young adult romance books, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!